Bro, you literally said go educate yourself at the end of the barrel of a loaded shotgun to someone on Twitter. But you're the victim? I did, in fact, say that. However, what I didn't say was that I was any sort of victim. I may be on the left, but I don't subscribe to victim mentality. I think there are actual victims out there, but I am definitely not one of them. I have been blessed with opportunities that, through a lot of hard work, have guided me to the level of success that I currently have after years of failing at everything. So no, I'm not a victim. And yes, I did tell someone to go educate themselves at the end of the barrel of a loaded shotgun. And honestly, I think people should say that kind of thing more often to each other. Some people need to be told to go to fucking hell where they belong. Always be your authentic self, Dennis, because the true ones that get it will get it, and those that don't get it will never get it. So fuck them. We still love you. And I love my actual followers who have stuck with me this whole time. I love them and I appreciate them. All the kind, supportive messages that they send me. They may not be as vocal as the parasocial weirdos trying to hijack the channel with negativity, but I hear from them throughout the day, and it tells me that I'm doing the right thing.
Oh, hey everybody, what is up? And it's Balloon. I'm back. Yes, of course I'm back. We got to talk about this Deaf Noodles, Ethan Klein and Dan from H3 podcast drama that I've seen going on. Girl, woo! You're going to be shook. You are going to be shook with this. It is a lot because once again, Dan from the H3 podcast has gone and put his foot in it. Girl. Oh, that was a shit one. Girl. Oh my God. Oh, we're going to get into this now. So, if you are on Twitter, you might well be aware that Deaf Noodles has been slowly ending his career, hour by hour, minute by minute, slowly ending his own career. Deaf Noodles did, in fact, as he said in that clip in one of his own YouTube videos, tell somebody to go and educate themselves at the barrel of a shotgun. Now, that would have been funny. That would have been funny. You know, dark humour, great. I can appreciate dark humour, but it just wasn't funny the way that Def said it. Like, I don't know. Dennis, I really didn't get it. I was like, Dennis, this doesn't come across like a joke. What did come across like a joke was I saw somebody put up a little drawing of Deaf Noodles saying that quote, and that was funny. Somebody on Twitter put up a little drawing, and that made me giggle. That was funny with that quote, oh, go and educate yourself at the barrel of a shotgun. Like, I don't know what Def thinks is going on, but he is out here really telling people to go and unalive themselves. Like, dude, okay, comedy is one thing, but, you know, we all know your comedy sucks, Def, you know, and he's put up the list of people who are going to be appearing at this comedy roast that he's doing, and girl, nobody knows who they are. Like, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm English, but nobody seems to know who these guests are that he's having on at this roast. It's all a little bit weird, you know, and Deaf Noodles made this YouTube video kind of apologising for this quote that he said, educate yourself at the barrel of a shotgun. But the apology isn't even an apology. It's just Def saying, oh, well, basically, you guys are all stupid and you don't understand comedy. Ramley, your mum's won an award. Your mum has won an award. The most prestigious award of all time for being one of the worst people on the internet. So, dear Dan from the H3 podcast, I proudly accept my award for being one of the worst people on the internet, for being a nerdy little bully because I don't like Deaf Noodles' humour. So, I'm going to accept this award now, and I'm going to give you my speech. I'm going to say thank you so much to my bra for supporting me, first of all. I'm going to say thank you to Deaf Noodles for being so appalling in the first place. And also thank you to Keemstar for trolling Deaf Noodles all the way. And also thank you to my mum and God. Can't forget that, of course. There. What do you reckon, Bramley? Your mum's an award winner. Hey, we've done it.
You can compare me to whoever you want, Onision, Shane Dawson, or whoever the fuck else.
Oh, now this got me going. You can compare me to Onision or Shane Dawson. Why are we bringing Shane Dawson into this? I really don't know. Like, Shane Dawson has not done anything illegal. You know, Shane Dawson is not a P word, but Dennis is here bringing this into the conversation as if Shane Dawson has done some horrific things. When Shane Dawson has no victims, you know, nothing like that. Shane has not done anything illegal like that. You know, Keemstar, of course, famously made a joke about Deaf Noodles, saying that Deaf Noodles had been with a 12-year-old and all of this stuff. Then, you know, Def got mad. He decided he was going to sue Keemstar for that. Then Deaf Noodles himself, of course, went and made similar allegations about Papa Gut, saying he looked like a P word. Now, Deaf Noodles is saying, oh, I said he looked like one. I didn't say he was one. That's how come my lawsuit with Keemstar is still going to stand up. I'm like, no, not really. If you say somebody looks like a P word, you're still damaging their reputation just as much as if you say they are one. And what does a P word look like anyway? You know, what do they look like? What specific look does a P word have then? Dennis, like, you're going to get yourself in some shit here, you know. This is really, really stupid, and I don't know why he brought Shane Dawson into the conversation at all. I think just to kind of try and trigger people who aren't really on Team Deaf Noodles at the moment, you know. I think that's why he did it. I think he knew that people who don't really watch Deaf Noodles or don't keep up with Deaf Noodles, you know, other people who maybe like other creators like Shane Dawson, who of course Deaf Noodles famously went for in 2020 when Shane Dawson was cancelled and that whole entire thing. You know, you had channels making video after video on Shane Dawson as if he was some kind of criminal. And he's not, you know, he's just not. You had people making speculations that the police were being called, there was being an investigation into Shane Dawson, all of this kind of stuff. Stuff that never materialized because it wasn't fucking true. Like, you had all of that going on. And now Deaf Noodles is trying to drag Shane Dawson back into the drama again by mentioning him in this video. I'm like, dude, stop. You know, this is almost as bad as like putting up the fake stories about James Charles. You know, when Deaf Noodles didn't do his research and would just put up those TikToks or whatever of people claiming that they were victims of James Charles, when they weren't, they were just clout chasers. You know, and I'm not somebody who's going to stick up for James Charles in any type of way because he did what he did. You know, he's got his 2 victims or whatever that he admitted to on his own YouTube channel. But Deaf Noodles is now trying to get Shane Dawson's back up. And I'm like, why? Why? You know, Shane Dawson is back. He's got his podcast. He said that he's going to be making a new series as well, which is really cool because I think he's going to be doing something with Jeffree Star. Now, the reason that I think this is because Jeffree Star posted some IG stories. So did Shane Dawson, talking about all 3 people are coming to visit me. That was Jeffree Star. And Shane Dawson, you saw him in a car with Chris and also with Ryland. So now I'm like, okay, bring it on. I really hope that this is going to be the kind of Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star reunion, or at least like, you know, Shane Dawson going to Jeffree Star's Yak Ranch and talking to him all about that. Maybe even talking to him about the history with Nathan, what went on there with that relationship. Because we still don't really know. Nathan himself, he was on IG being a little bit shady the other day. And he did this thing where, you know, people on Instagram can put up those little boxes that say, ask me a question. So Nathan did that. Oh, ask me a question. And people can obviously ask whatever questions they want to that influencer or that celebrity. Nathan's got quite a huge following on IG, and he was responding to some of the comments and he was getting just a little bit shady. I don't think Nathan can say a whole lot because when Jeffree Star has been on Logan Paul's podcast, for example, he said things like, oh, if you're going to sleep with me, if you're going to, you know, do with me, you're going to sign an NDA. So I'm assuming that Nathan will have also signed an NDA, meaning that he really can't say anything about his relationship with Jeffree.
Good morning, everyone. Hello, how are ya? Whew, just getting out of the shower. I have a very crazy day today. A lot of filming, a lot of meetings. I have a lot of employees flying in. We have the full glam squad. Christian's coming in to film my brand new reveal for a massive collection coming out at the end of the month. So excited. And we have Maddie coming tomorrow and the whole fucking squad is here. So I cannot wait to see everyone all weekend to create some magic. All right, just finished late night filming. And no, it wasn't a porn scene. It was a makeup video. And bitch, you're not ready. This weekend, the brand new collection from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. 'Cosmetics will be unleashed. 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 ' guys. All right, so me and Maddie are on a mission. We just filmed a bunch of videos. We're about to drop off Christian at the airport, and someone else is landing. 3 people specifically. Who's about to be in Wyoming, Maddie?
Okay, so you see all those clips, right? You see all those IG stories, Jeffree Star, Shane Ryland, talking about, you know, oh, 3 people are coming over. I'm like, yeah, there is definitely something in this, something going on, something that I hope is going to be a Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star docuseries, because they hashtagged it. Shane Dawson put up a story in the car with Chris and Ryland, hashtagged it Secret Series. And I'm like, I really hope this is what I think it is. If it isn't, then oh well, but I really hope that he's doing like a little mini series with Jeffree Star where he's going to see his new life and all of that, because I would love that. I would click that in a nanosecond and fucking watch that. I really would. You all know I love Jeffree Star. I like Shane Dawson's content a lot, you know, Ryland, all of that. I'm into all of this, so I will click that in a nanosecond. You know, and of course Jeffree's talking about his new collection and everything. But let's get back to this Nathan on IG thing. Because Nathan, people were asking him if he missed the rich luxury lifestyle that he had with Jeffree. And he said, no, I just miss a few real ones from out there. And it's like, ooh, that is definitely a little bit of shade. Oh, God. Oh, yes. Little bit of shade. That is definitely a little bit of shade from Nathan. Now, other questions that Nathan got were like, are you going to do anything with your homebody brand? Let's not forget that Nathan did launch like some hoodies that had homebody on them or something like that, and they had a graphic on them, and the graphic was of this cabin and stuff. Now, it came out that the graphic of this cabin was something that was actually stolen from somewhere else on the internet. I made a video about that at the time, probably about 2 or 3 years ago now. If any of you can be bothered to go back that far on my channel, don't, it's not worth it. No, but I'm like, okay, so is this because Nathan wants to start an OnlyFans? Because that was another thing that he hinted at on his IG stories. Someone asked him, are you going to start an OnlyFans? He puts up a picture with loads of fans and a link to his OnlyFans profile. But Nathan has had that OF profile for a while. He's just never done anything on it. Like, it's been there for months and he's not done anything on it. So why would you make a profile, have it sitting there for months, not do anything on it, unless you're just not intending to do anything on it? I don't know. But I'm literally like, okay, is this Nathan wanting to get back into the limelight a little bit so that he can then launch his own brand, like a clothing skate brand or something? Or is he just trying to stir up the shit a little bit, trying to stir the pot a little bit? Nathan, I'll get you a spoon. Oh, God, I don't have a spoon here. Sorry, I'm not going to the kitchen to get a spoon. But, yeah, Nathan, spoon award for that one, because it got people talking. It got a few different drama channels talking about what Nathan's intentions were with these questions on IG. I personally don't know. You know, I don't really think it is our business what happened with Jeffree and Nathan. But people do comment all the time that they miss Nathan in Jeffree's videos. You know, people leave him thirsty comments under his IG account and all this kind of stuff. So people are still interested in Nathan to an extent. But I do think that Nathan was very shady on IG towards Jeffree. You know, oh, I don't miss Jeffree, I don't miss the dogs, I don't miss the rich lifestyle, I just miss a few real ones. Well, who are those real ones then? You know, I don't know, I just think it's shady. So Nathan being a little bit shady on the gram, Nathan being very shady about his previous relationship with Jeffree Star on the gram. I mean, if Nathan's got an NDA, can you imagine? He could possibly get sued for breaching that NDA. If he's got the NDA, which I'm sure he has, knowing Jeffree, you know, Jeffree likes an NDA, so I'm sure that Nathan can't say a lot, you know. I'm like, ooh. And speaking of, ooh, the next bit of tea in this video is going to be Trisha Paytas. Oh, bless their heart. Bless her heart, Trisha Paytas. Now, Trisha, there's a clip of Trisha going around on this Spill Some Tea With Me account on IG of Trisha saying that she's going to go back to trolling after all. Now, I said that in my last Trisha Paytas video that she would absolutely go back to trolling. And I'm not surprised to see this from Trisha. Like, girl, come on, you know. This is Trisha's bread and butter. Trolling is what Trisha does best. You know, I don't watch her ASMR channel or anything like that. You know, that is not my bag. That's not what I'm into. But Trisha, she has made a name for herself on her own YouTube channel, the Blonde Sundolfer MJ1, basically trolling that or being rude about other YouTubers. You know, she's made a name for herself and a career for herself like that. That channel doesn't get as many views like it used to. You know, she's doing quite well over on her ASMR channel. Not for me, but, you know, if that is your gig, then yeah, you do you. But, like, Trisha is not as popular as she once was. But now she's acting like, kind of like a spoiled kid. Like, oh, well, I might as well go back to trolling then, you know, because people aren't going to forgive me for it. That is what I got from watching Trisha in this clip. Like, oh, well, yeah, I'm just going to post whatever and I'm just going to troll.
I don't even care anymore. I'm just like posting, trolling, whatever. I posted like a trolling video of like how I change diapers with press-ons, and immediately all the comments were like, you should consider taking those down. Like, what if the poop gets underneath it? In the video, I literally am like ripping off the press-ons to show my itty-bitty short nails. I'm not even going to the nail salon anymore because I'm like, I don't want to get any sickness. I don't want anything. I'm just like, people just, like, it's just so funny how people just want to criticize everything. So that's why I'm just like, you know, I'm going back to trolling, whatever.
Like, after saying that you're so content with your pregnancy and your marriage and you love your husband so much and you're going to have this happy life in this beautiful house, all of a sudden, Trish, you're going back to trolling? I'm like, you know, oh well, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to stop this video right here because it's getting a little bit too long. I'm not going to go into depth about Trisha because honestly, you guys know how I feel about Trisha over here on this channel. But I'm going to say thank you for watching if you made it this far. Take care, stay safe, stay well, and of course, please let me know all your thoughts, comments, and opinions, and all that stuff about Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star, Def Noodles. Let me know all your thoughts because I want to have a chat with you guys about that stuff down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye.